Good thing I cracked the window there. This is KingCobraJFS on the video, and just had to fart there for a second. Anyway, check out my awesome shirt here. I got this Statue of Liberty riding this awesome American flag themed chopper here with 8 hangers, and it says "Ride on Freedom." Yeah. I'm gonna shoot a Pure K mini cigar here. My pack of smokes, and the window open anyway, so. That's just a fun way to waste lipo fluid. It tastes like a smoker's choice, if I'm not mistaken. It might just be a smoker's choice. There are cheap mini cigars. You pay like $2 something for a pack of them at your loaf and jug. And I don't know, it's just one of those unnamed brand cigars. It's mini. Might as well be a cigarette because it's the same thickness as a cigarette. Anyway, March 20th, I have an inspection on my apartment, and I'm confident I will pass. You know. Same rules apply as last time. I mentioned I had the inspection, you know. But yeah, I'm always on time with my rent, and, you know, so I really hope there wouldn't be any issues. Unfortunately, there's still some green paint on the bathtub, but I've been trying my damnedest to get the fucking thing cleaned, and it hasn't done so. I mean, I can't seem to get it. So, I may just rely on actually getting some steel wool and some paint thinner and just scrubbing that bathtub until it's white again. I was able to get some of it off, but not much. I mean, very minuscule amount of paint. And, yeah. The instinct to this day still makes me mad, you know. It is what it is, you know, so, yeah. Well, whatever this cigar is, I will admit it's not the greatest I've had. It's just, it was sitting there in my pack, and I'm like, I gotta get rid of it, man. I'm not gonna throw it away as that's wasteful tobacco, but at the same time, you know, if... So I wonder if there's anything newsworthy. So I'll go to CNN.com here and see if there's any stories. damn it. Go up against the wall here and just scratch my back. Ah, there we go.
It's another disturbing cell phone video of an off-duty police officer shooting and killing a firefighter. The firefighter had just been married a few hours earlier. You can see the Kansas City police officer, Don Hubbard. He's struggling with the firefighter. Anthony Bruno is the firefighter, and Officer Hubbard was responding to a report of a fight between Bruno, his new bride, and a cab driver. But Bruno, the firefighter, ran away, and the officer struggled to arrest him. Now you can see that Bruno, the firefighter, had been pounding the officer repeatedly on the concrete. Hubbard, the officer, says he started to lose consciousness. And here's where it's key. He said he was afraid for his life and that he fired 2 shots. Those shots killed Bruno, the firefighter. The officer has been cleared at this point of any wrongdoing.
Wow.
Introducing
This is the kind of shit you read about and go, why? You know? Whoa, go back. What do we got here? Just saw some, another video here.
The story is spreading like wildfire. How Walter Williams woke up from the dead in Holmes County.
I asked the coroner what happened. He said, they can call it a miracle. I stood there and watched them put him in a body bag and zipped it up.
The coroner says he checked the pulse around 9 o'clock Wednesday night and pronounced Williams dead at his home in Lexington with no heartbeat.
That was 10:30. And at 2:30, my cousin called me and said, not yet. I said, what you mean, not yet? He said, Dad's still here.
After the coroner helped move Williams to Porter & Sons Funeral Home, workers were getting ready to embalm him. But that's when he started to move.
He was not dead, long story short.
Byron Porter says it's the first time he's ever seen anything like it. A man inside a body bag, kicking to get out.
So he missed it by how much?
I don't know.
A couple of minutes, maybe?
No, more than that, maybe. But we definitely was not going to do anything to him. And
once you saw that he was
right, that he was not deceased. Right.
Paramedics rushed Williams to the hospital, where tonight family members say they're happy he's alive.
Now, I don't know how long he's going to be here, but I know he's back right now. And that's all what counts.
Cool. Russian President Vladimir Putin is running circles around the U.S. in his maneuvering on the global stage, a senior House Republican said Sunday following Putin's military intervention in Ukraine. I think Putin is playing chess, and I think we're playing marbles. It's not even close. The chairman of the House Intelligence Committee, Representative Mike Rogers R. Mitch, said on Fox News Sunday. Rogers said Putin's move to send Russian troops into Crimea following the outsider of Ukraine's president, ouster of Ukraine's.
My dad had a Honda, my mom had a Honda.
Fucking shut up with the ads. I'm trying to read here.
Was coming from a 2007 Honda Accord.
Where the fuck's the ad coming from? Seriously, I'm trying to fucking read news stories for YouTube here. Shut up with the ads.
I traded it for a Ford Fusion Titanium. No joke, probably test drove.
Shut up with the fucking ads. Thank you. Let's see.
15 different vehicles.
I said...
Kinda was indifferent towards that.
Where the fuck's the ad coming from? I must silence the ad. It's not on this page. Maybe it's on this page.
And then I sat in the Fusion for the first time and I was just like, wow, this is it. You have...
Fucking shut up. I don't even know where the ad's coming from. This is bullshit. It's pissing me off. Aha! Found it. Shut up! There we go. Let's see. Rogers and Putin's move to send Russian troops into Crimea following the ouster of Ukraine's president is not an isolated incident. They are expanding their border, he said. Crimea was part of Russia through 1954, and Rogers noted a proposal in the Russian parliament that would allow Crimea to become part of the Russian Federation. In proceeding with the military intervention, Putin ignored a warning from President Obama to stay out of Ukraine. Obama told the Russian leader in a 90-minute phone call on Friday that the aggression would diminish Russia's standing in the international community, and the U.S. is suspending preparations for the Group of 8 economic summit in Sochi this summer. Rogers said the U.S. should simply pull out the summit and, along with allies, start the process of kicking Russia out of the G8 altogether. The U.S. should also consider economic sanctions in response, Rogers said. Yet while noting his hawkish inclinations, Rogers said the U.S. should not move naval warships into the region because it would, in all likelihood, not take military action. There is not a lot of options on the table, Rogers said in reference to the military. Okay. Okay, so we got that going on. What else do we got? I believe that cigar is out. Okay, let's play the video here.
With hundreds of reporters and cameras waiting and parts of the so-called trial of the century carried live on TV, a first for South Africa, Oscar Pistorius arrived for day one of his murder trial.
In the district of Pretoria, the accused did unlawfully and intentionally kill a person, to wit, Riva Steenkamp.
Do you understand the charges, Mr. Pistorius?
I do, my lady.
How do you plead?
Not guilty, my lady.
The amputee track star is accused of murdering his girlfriend, Riva Steenkamp, on Valentine's Day last year in his home. Pistorius says he mistook Steenkamp for a burglar, but prosecutors maintain he killed the young model in cold blood following an argument.
I respectfully state that no truthful evidence can ever be tendered that I fired the shots, and I quote, because of the argument, unquote. I deny this allegation in the strongest terms because there was no argument. The allegation that I wanted to shoot, brackets, or kill, close brackets, Riva, cannot be further from the truth.
Pistorius' lawyers also revealed a key part of their case, alleging South African police botched the investigation.
It will also be demonstrated during this trial, whilst Botha was the investigating officer and tasked with preserving the scene, that the scene was contaminated, disturbed, and tampered with.
Members of Steenkamp's family were inside the courtroom, where they heard chilling testimony from the first witness, a neighbour who says on the night of Steenkamp's death, she was awakened by terrible screams coming from the Pistorius home.
She screamed terribly and she yelled for help. Then I also heard a man screaming for help, and he 3 times he yelled for help.
Only the audio of the neighbour's testimony was broadcast, but how she described the shooting could prove key to the prosecution's case.
Just after her scream, my lady, I heard 4 shots. It was 4 gunshots that I heard. The time between the first and the 4th shot was much longer than between the 2nd and the 3rd one. Bang! Bang, bang, bang.
And then the defence tore into the neighbour's testimony with an aggressive cross-examination. They'll have another chance to pick apart her story on Tuesday. Robin Kerno, CNN, outside the High Court in Pretoria.
Okay, so what does this prove? That obviously America's not the only one with gun violence. So again, you know, you hate hearing about shit like this on the news, but it is what it is. So we had one, you know, I have a story there where the man came back from the dead. That's pretty cool, you know. Just as they're about to embalm him, he comes back to life, you know. So imagine they would have started embalming him and he would have come back to life. What the fuck are you idiots doing to me? Yeah, so we got some issues with, you know, political issues, obviously. It's nothing new, unfortunately. But, well, anyway, this is KingCobraJFS with another video. And thanks for watching, and see y'all later.